Oh, wait. Oh no. Oh no. No, 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 no. Oh no. Oh, DaVinci crashed and I lost my file. It's corrupted. Oh, are you serious? I was almost done with the project and it crashed and I just lost all like 6 hours of my work right there. Oh my God. Oh, you've got to be serious. You've actually got to be serious. There's no way. No way. Hi. Post the editing here. That's right. What you just heard was me crashing out at the fact that DaVinci just crashed. I lost most of my progress, and what you see here is quite a finished, like a rushed version of what I had, but I need to get this in time, like ASAP. So please take this with a grain of salt because man, I am so stressed out right now, and I am doing this as late as possible. So please uh enjoy. Writing. It's all something we do on a daily basis, even if it's not written with a pen or pencil. Nowadays it's much more common for us to be seeing plain text messages, eh? And just to think that 1,000 years ago, or not even 1,000, like a couple years ago, that we've just been writing letters. And yet here we are today, just writing text messages on the fly across people across the globe. It's kind of crazy to think that, wow, how the heck did we even get here? How do we learn how to write? How do we learn how to interpret these texts and messages to things that we humans can understand? The concepts, emotions, and even, well, I guess images too, but, writing. Just words in general. How do we even get here? Of course, the easiest way you could explain and how most of us learned is through school. Yay. Although for me, it's a little different. For you see, my parents are from another country. They're foreigners to the US. And, well, moving to the US is quite troublesome for them, as English is their second language, and they don't know how to speak it very well. And while I came to the picture, they wanted me to learn how to speak English as soon as possible. As well, speaking English would help not only, me, but them too, as they don't know how to speak English well. So, I started off learning how to speak English by my parents. I was being homeschooled by them before I even got to really understand the concept of English as a whole. I ended up doing pretty bad. I mean, could you really blame me? I was just some 9-year-old kid that really, really sucked at understanding concept. I was really antisocial at the time too. And of course, my parents not being like, familiar with English weren't really the great teachers. I mean, they're not really teachers themselves too. So you could understand that I didn't like English when I grew up. Even when I did start going into school, I had to do presentations and talking with other people. I was quite the outcast. I made no friends. I kind of just kept to myself, and I was really shy. I was really social angst, and when I had to do presentations and stuff, I ended up crying, and I ended up crying a lot, especially under like pressure and things. I ended up crying way too much, maybe a bit when I was a little kid, and I really hated English. You know, talking with people sucked. I really hated I didn't know how to write. I mean, how do these words even work? Like, look at this. These two words mean the same thing. How was I supposed to know? Pronouncing things was even harder, because, like, what even is this? What even is this? How is read and read both pronounced the same, but also spelled the same? But I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. It really sucked, okay? It took me quite a while to get the hang of, like, writing as a whole. I was going to a special program as a kid, and every single day I'd have to do these little letters to people, either my friends, family, and to my teachers, talking about how their day is, daily activities that I've been doing, maybe some random things I want to do for my life, like growing up to be a firefighter. I don't know. I forgot what I wanted to do when I was a kid. But sooner or later, I learned how to write. I don't know how, but here I am knowing how to write. And, well, I'd say that's a success for them, right? I don't really know exactly how, but I don't know. It kind of just worked. Also, by the way, I still don't know how to speak my foreign language. They did try to teach me how to speak my own foreign language at the same time as me learning how to learn English. You could guess how that went. It didn't really go that well. I really wish I did know how, like, more. But I really don't. I embarrassingly will admit, I don't know how to speak, nor do I understand much. But hey, who knows? Maybe in the future I might know how to speak Tagalog, my own foreign language. Who knows? God, I sure hope so. Uh, Moving on to middle school, eh? Well, finally now I was old enough to be trusted with a phone. And I was really never really familiar how to text people. For you see, I was kind of used to calling people when I wanted to talk with them rather than writing a text message on my parents' phone, and I really didn't know too much about like how to text. Like the keyboard was kind of confusing. Like, look at this. How was I supposed to make this out? But eventually, I did know how to, due to my friends, or not really friends, more like classmates, because well, they didn't have phones, and I see them on the phones all the time during class, somehow not being caught by the teacher. And sometimes I'd peer over and I just hear them, not hear them, I just see them text. And I'd see them use weird slangs like LOL or what the heck, or I don't even know what like other slangs they used back in the day, but I didn't understand what any of those meant. And when I asked, they had to explain to me. And oh boy, was it embarrassing, because I felt like some ancient kid, like discovering like technology for the first time. Like, whoa, holy crap, this is the thing people do? Like, wow, this is awesome. And yet, I have yet to even discover computers at the time. You know, I was kind of just a Nintendo kid. I just played on consoles and whatnot. And a bit of an iPad kid, but whatever, it's fine. I turned out fine, I think. But yeah, I don't know, that core memory of just me looking at that kid, just typing at his phone, all like meticulously. I don't know how he does it. It's like it was a trance, like some guy moving all of his thumbs in a code-breaking sequence to transcript messages to like some other person I wouldn't even know, probably their mom actually. But man, that was just, I was like, wow, that is so cool. And well, sooner or later I was really interested, so I took a computer class. And well, while it was my first time touching computers and me being like an old gramps, like learning how like TV works, it was confusing to say the least. But hey, I got it pretty fast on it like for someone who doesn't really own a computer or don't know much. I got it pretty down. I got it down, I think. So the main way I learned how to type was thankfully much better than just, you know, learning how to write essays via like keyboards and stuff. We learned via typing games, okay? Now this was my jam, okay? I was actually competitive too with games, and this motivated me to learn how to type pretty fast. So the course was only like, what, 3 months long, and I learned how to type only a month in, which I'm very proud, because I still know how to type to this day as I'm reading off this transcript that I just typed out, but you know, it's fine. But yeah, I mean, learning how to type was pretty life-changing, to say the least, because I did know how to type. I didn't know how to type on my phone, and learning how to type with the keyboard also helped me learn how to type with my with the phone, actually, yeah. And when I finally got around to get some actual friends and type and like, you know, talk with them, I actually got to learn how to type. At least, I mean, not in the way that just, you know, learning how to type, more like talking, like using slang and whatnot, whatever kids use these days, whatever this word is. Like, what even is this? I don't know. But I mean, I don't know. This was like the technology age. Of course, COVID hit too, and that was pretty bad. I was kind of forced to learn how to use a computer sooner or later, and thankfully I learned how to use a computer right before COVID hit. And so I was just typing documents all day long and writing assignments and talking with friends and stuff and whatnot. It honestly was kind of nice though, as everybody was talking online, and I didn't have to show my social, like you know, my antisocial side, as I was pretty still socially anxious to talk to people, even online too, because like, I don't know, I just felt embarrassing just talking about my interests and whatnot. Because, I don't know, people were so much more different than me. I'm just some weird kid. Even to this day, I still feel like some weird kid that nobody likes. I don't know, I'm just some random guy. But, I don't know. Of course, it wasn't the same as just writing on traditional pen or pencil, as I've been used to for the past, like, what, 6 years? I mean, I spent just 3 years learning how to write letters, and here I am learning in a month how to type. I honestly kind of preferred to write. I kind of got used to it. I don't know. It's just my muscle memory was already pretty good, and I was really disciplined to learn how to write with a pen or pencil. Plus, my parents hated me when I was on the computer. Like, I don't know. Oh, you gotta get out and stop looking at the screen or something. I don't know. But I don't know. I do know. I do love how to type more now. Typing today is probably much easier than writing. I'm gonna be honest. Now that I've gotten used to it. But I don't know. Just writing feels much nicer in a way. That typing just can't. I don't know how to describe it. It's kind of weird to say, but I don't know. But for now, I'm fine with typing. I wouldn't mind it at all. I mean, kids these days, God, they can't learn how to write with a pen and pencil, even if their life depends on it. So, hey, I don't know. And fast forward to the day. I'm in college now, and I use writing for a lot of things. Well, obviously, other than like my English homeworks and assignments, I use them for my job as well. Mainly for like writing, like storage counts, supplies that we're running low of, and like coworker behaviors, you know, random stuff like that. And then, of course, the obvious, but I'm not gonna say that. In my free time, I actually love to write stories, you know, as an artist myself. I did have this strange passion as like, you know, drawing as a hobby and writing stories about them. As you know, I like Pokemon and whatnot, and man, I just love a good story, okay? I'd read books and whatnot, especially as a kid. Not really books, more like comics or manga. But, I don't know, sometimes reading some literature is nice. Like, I don't know. And who knows, you could be really descriptive with your writing. Other than, you know, just being plain boring with the other books that I've read, but I don't know. Some things I like visually, but once in a while I will read a good book. Especially one with, you know, with a lot of detail and care and effort put into it. I don't know. I do want to become an artist when I grow up. Make maybe an animator. I think it'd be really fun. You know, maybe even a YouTuber, but... You know, nowadays it's not looking so good, like, for a chance for me to be quite the artist, especially with AI taking over and, like, me being almost a nobody. Well, actually, who knows? I have quite the following in my art accounts and whatnot, but I don't know. Who knows? Maybe I'll see. I do want to become an electrical engineer when I grow up, and I know that my literature skills probably won't be too helpful. I mean, maybe for, like, you know, job applications and, you know, talking about, like, how, you know, they should hire me and whatnot. You know, the typical stuff, but I don't know. I really hope my writing, like, my childish passion, like, or imagination that I do for my stories still lives on even after when I grow pretty old. Because, I don't know, my passion for writing stories still kind of shines through, even to this day. I don't know, it's just for my own fun and enjoyment, you know? I'm just really grateful I know how to speak a language to begin with, because, man, learning how to speak two is already hard enough, and already trying to perfect one language is quite the challenge, I'm gonna be honest. Even though I've learned how to speak for, like, over 18 years, I'm still learning new ways to, like, I don't know, approach conversations and whatnot, because I am still pretty antisocial. God, I am such a loser. You know what? I'll admit it. I'm a loser, okay? I'm just a plain old nobody. I'm not friends with anybody. I'm just some guy doing whatever for myself. And honestly, that's fine. I'm fine with that, okay? Here I am just making a YouTube video explaining my feelings and how to write. And, you know, I don't know. That's just me, though. But all in all, like, writing is something I'll hold very deep in my heart. Okay? Because without writing, I wouldn't have met my friends, I wouldn't have met people online, and I wouldn't have gotten to express my enjoyment in stories. And hey, who knows? future me who's watching this, you better hope that you learn how to speak your foreign language, because man, I still can't believe I don't know anything about my own foreign language, how to speak it. Oh boy.